Okay, Gavin Newsom, let's talk about what's really happening here. Are you going to run for president in 2024? That was Gavin Newsom. He's launching this ground attack in Florida. He spent over $100 grand on these ads slamming Republicans' actions in Florida, such as the 15-week abortion ban, the so-called Don't Say Gay bill, and recent voting laws. But Florida's Department of Health spokesman has fired back against this, tweeting about California's ongoing homelessness problem. Angela Morabito, I got to go to you on this one because, look, at the end of the day, what is Gavin Newsom really doing here?
He's not doing much, but I gotta tell you, Cheryl, as a conservative, I think this ad is pretty brilliant, and I would encourage every Democrat to pull out six-figure ad spends that do nothing but tell the public how out of touch and ignorant they are. I think this is part of a larger trend of Democrats being incredibly disconnected from the reality on the ground, and that reality is that people are flooding out of places like California and into places like Florida, Texas, and Arizona, where when you look at the laws on the books, they are living more free and prosperous lives. I think this shows Governor Newsom's desperation, and I expect this ad will fall very flat with people in Florida.
I can't believe he spent that much money. Look, but I have another theory as to why I've done it, which I'll get to in a second. But to your point, Californians are going to Arizona. They are going to Nevada. They are going to Texas, which Texans aren't very happy about. And a lot of them have crossed the country to Florida. I don't see them just turning around and going right back to California. But Michael, again, I'll bring this back. I think this is political. I think that Newsom is trying to put a stake in the ground because he knows that President Biden and Kamala are in trouble. And if he thinks that Ron DeSantis is going to be running for president, he wants to make sure that his name is in the mix.
Well, Cheryl, you know, he is right. California is a very free state. I mean, if you want something, you can just go into a store and grab it, and you don't have to pay for it. And if you want to live somewhere and you want real estate, you can just pitch a tent, and now that real estate is yours. So, like, you know, in one degree, he's right, and then in another degree, you know, up is down, left is right, and black is white. Nothing could be further from the truth. You've seen a mass exodus from California for over a decade. It's the highest tax state in the country, highest regulations. And, you know, my dad used to live in Laguna Niguel, and he would say to me, you know, all the crazies just continue moving west and west and west. But the problem is when you get to California, the only place further west than California is the Pacific Ocean, so they're all stuck there. And so California is a beautiful state. It is a beautiful state, but Gavin Newsom has just absolutely run it into the ground. And yeah, he was recalled, and that recall wasn't successful. But that's the only way. That's the only way they could get rid of the COVID restrictions. If you remember, as soon as the recall started gaining steam, all of the COVID restrictions magically disappeared, as if that's what the science said at that moment in time.
You're talking about the recall. I want to be clear here. You're talking about the recall to go after Newsom. But then you've got another one that I want to bring up now, because you've got recall Gascon. Yep. That's the new one. And that campaign, they have to submit that petition to get rid of this DA, this disaster of an LA DA, George Gascon. They've got until till today. They say basically they have enough signatures to qualify for the ballot. And you've got 37 cities in LA County. They've issued votes of no confidence against Gascon and his soft on crime policies. Angela, get in here. Is he in trouble, do you think? Because Chesa Boudin in San Francisco was recalled successfully.
I believe he is in trouble. This shows you the limits of what even the bluest cities in America will tolerate when it comes to soft on crime policies. LA is one of 5 major cities in America that's already on track to break its 2021 homicide record. That is not a distinction that anybody wants. So it shows you that woke problems that progressives like to go after, those are luxury problems. Those are problems that you invent when the rest of your life is going just great. And when your city is in danger because it's just not safe to live your life, not to mention it's prohibitively expensive for so many people, that is where the buck stops. So I'm very interested to see how this recall effort turns out, and I am not surprised at all to see that they are just ready to get on the ballot. ballot.
Yeah, no, I mean, he has been, there's so many victims of these crimes that and these criminals, he has just let them out, let them free, off the hook, and they've been victimizing law-abiding citizens in L.A. And they've had it. I think this recall's got gas for sure.